Good evening. On February 1st, 2021, the Honorable Finance Minister of India, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman, has presented the budget, and that budget is for the forthcoming financial year, that is 2021 and 2022. And if you look at what exactly is the budget, whenever we say budget, budget is an anticipated revenue and expenditure of the government for the forthcoming financial year. During our polity classes, we have discussed in detail with respect to what is budget. But in this particular session, let's restrict our focus on the budget of 2021 and 2022 that has been presented by the finance minister very recently. So, if you look at the budget, there are two aspects. One is the revenue for the government, one is expenditure by the government. And by clubbing these two, we call it as the budget. And in the definition of the budget, the word anticipated is very important because we are mentioning and we are discussing about the financial year that is yet to come up, and that financial year is beginning from April 1st, 2021. That is the reason why this is an anticipation. By looking at the current year scenario, by looking at the earlier year scenario, the budget is prepared by the Ministry of Finance, and the same one is presented by the finance minister in the Lok Sabha after taking the permission from the President of India. So this is what exactly happens every year. Now, I would like to open the document and I would like to show you the points that are related to the budget, and we are going to discuss about the budget of 2021 and 2022. The source I have taken, whatever the information I am showing you, that information I took it from the Hindu newspaper. Now, let me go further. If you look at this, what is budget? Let me define once again. Budget is an anticipated income and expenditure of the government for the forthcoming financial year. So, if you are writing civil services main examination or group 1 main examination, if there is a question related to budget, first I want you to define the budget, and whatever the definition I gave you, you please write down the same definition that covers every aspect of the budget. Now, number 2, if you look at the point number 2, who presents the budget? In general, it is the responsibility of the finance ministry to present the budget. That is the reason why the respective minister will present the budget, and currently it is Mrs. Nirmala Sitharaman, and she presented the budget in the Lok Sabha. Now, look at this. Now, if you look at this, the budget proposals for the financial year 2021 and 22 is based on 6 pillars. Very important one. So these are based on 6 pillars, and what are these pillars that is important for the examination point of view, and I would like to discuss a few points here. Kindly see here one very important thing. If you look at the first pillar, this is mentioning about the health sector in India. We know, kindly see here, whenever the budget is made or is prepared, that is based on the previous year experiences and current financial year experience. Current financial year is 2020 and 2021, and forthcoming financial year is 2021 and 2022. And we have experienced what exactly happened during 2020 and 2021. So, not just in India, but the entire world was shaken, and entire world was suffered, and every economy in the world, meaning every country's economy, has got disturbed like anything, and India is no exception. India is no exception. That's all because of the pandemic, and that is COVID-19. That is the reason why we have imposed, the world has imposed the lockdown. India also imposed the lockdown. But there is a difference between the lockdown that is imposed by India and other countries. Other countries have imposed the lockdown after a huge spurge of this particular COVID 19. But if you look at India, we imposed lockdown on on March 16th, 2020. On March 16th, 2020, we imposed the lockdown for the first time, and that has been extended further. But if you look at very clearly, when the lockdown was imposed in India, at the time, the number of cases in India was just 100. Just 100 was the number. So many people have criticized the government during the time when the number is so small. What is the necessity for imposing lockdown in India? Right? And the answer, so we are literally experiencing now today. Look at what is happening in America now, what is happening in Europe now, and what is happening in India now. Meaning, so there are various measures that have been taken by the government for protecting the health of the people, right? Especially, the migrant workers were protected, and every poor family was given the ration. Every poor family was given the financial assistance so that they will have the money in hand for the purpose of expenditure. The more expenditure you have in an economy, the less risk there will be. But if you look at our sectors in agriculture, sectors in economy, agriculture, industries, and the so-called service sector. If you look at all these industries and service sectors, they got disturbed. But only agriculture sector has shown the growth. But otherwise, the remaining two sectors, secondary and tertiary sectors, they suffered a lot. Clear? So now, this is the time. This is the time where the government has come into the picture. Government has launched a scheme called Atmanirbhar Bharat, and that has provided cushioning and security for large number of people in the country. And in India, the central government, state governments have worked together. So this is the concept of cooperative federalism, and every government is working for the protection of the health of the people. That is the reason why government took every measure to protect the health of the people, and the government was very clear that there is a pain in imposing the lockdown. So industries were shut, jobs were lost, there is a financial disturbance, and the country's growth rate has gone into the negative. I'll show you the figures now. But even then, we went ahead, and slowly India started getting recovered. And this recovery is called V-shaped economic recovery. V, alphabet V, V-shaped recovery. So there is a sudden fall in the growth, and again, so there is an increase in the growth. That is the reason why India experienced the V-shaped economic recovery. Am I clear? And during this particular time, the governments have concentrated on protecting the health of the people, and that has to be continued further. That has to be continued further. That is the reason why, compared to last year, meaning compared to the year 2020 and 2021, for the forthcoming financial year 2021 and 22, the budgetary allocations for health has been increased by 137%. So there is a huge increase with respect to health services. That is the reason why, first of all, the people's health must be protected. That is the reason why one of the pillars of this our current economic situation where we are banking is the health sector. Look at the points now. So the 2021 and 22 rests on 6 pillars, and the first one is the health and well-being. This is important. Number 2, physical and financial capital and infrastructure. Right? I told you already. With respect to industries, with respect to manufacturing sectors, with respect to service sector, so there is a negative growth. Now you have to recover all these things. For this reason, you need to concentrate on physical and financial capital and infrastructure. Inclusive development for aspirational India, another important point. Reinvigorating human capital, another pillar. Innovation and research and development is another pillar. And last but never the least, and this is what the government uses every time, this is the minimum government and maximum governance, meaning concentrate more on the welfare of the people, that is called maximum governance. Clear? Very important one. So whatever the budget for the forthcoming financial year that has been proposed, right, and that rests on 6 pillars. So in any examination, in the forthcoming examination, they may ask you, what are these 6 pillars? Which of the following are the 6 pillars of the budget for the year 2021 and 22 as it was proposed by the government, or as it was proposed by the Ministry of Finance? So then you need to identify and you will be getting a mark. Am I clear? Next, if you go further, significant announcements that are included. What are the significant announcements? Look at this. A slew of hikes in customs duty to benefit Make in India. Right? So what is the meaning of this here? If you increase the custom duty, the import charges will increase. If the import charges are increasing, the overall cost of the product that is being imported will increase. Right? Now, we have a very ambitious program called Make in India. So, in order to promote our own products that are made in India, increase the customs duty so that you will be getting a better quality products at a reasonable price. Clear? So, this is how the government will link, right, the customs duty and the products that are made in India. Next, a proposal to disinvest 2 more public sector banks and a general insurance company. What are they? I am going to show you now. Similarly, numerous infrastructure pledges to poll-bound states. Some states, 5 states are going for elections this year. Assembly elections are going to be held. And obviously, during that election year, in order to attract the voters, this is a very common thing that the government will, promise certain things for those states. So this is what happens, and what are those states and what are the promises, that will be understanding now. Next, so let's go further. Look at this. Fiscal deficit stands at 9.5% of GDP, and this is estimated to be 6.8% in the year 2021 and 2022. Right? And another important thing that many people were looking at with respect to personal income tax slabs, and many people have expected, including the experts, that there is going to be certain changes in the income tax slab. But surprisingly, the government did not touch that particular area. Clear? And there was also an expectation, which we also have discussed in one of the classes earlier, that there is going to be COVID cess. But nothing of that sort has been imposed by the government. Clear? So the 2 points that you are looking at on the screen are very important. There is no change in the income tax slabs. They remained as it is. Another one, fiscal deficit stands at 9.5% of the GDP, and this is estimated to be 6.8% for the year 2021 and 2022. Am I clear? Kindly remember each and every point. Next, another important point. Have a look at this. A new scheme to be launched. This is called Pradhana Mantri Atma Nirbhar Swasthya Bharat Yojana. Pradhan Mantri Atmanirbhar Swasthya Bharat Yojana to be launched to develop primary, secondary, and tertiary healthcare. Kindly remember, for the first time, there is a huge increase in the allocation of the health sector, and government is planning to develop primary, secondary, and tertiary health care. Apart from this, which is not concluded so far, so there is a scheme called Poshan, which was launched earlier. So now Poshan 2.0, this is called Mission 2.0, to improve nutritional outcomes across 112 aspirational districts. Every point is important. So they will ask you in the examination, what is PM Atmanirbhar Swasthya Bharat Yojana? They will ask you, what is Mission Poshan 2.0? You should be able to answer this. Atmanirbhar Swasthya Bharat Yojana is to develop primary, secondary, and tertiary healthcare. Poshan 2.0 is for improving the nutritional outcomes, where this is across 112 aspirational districts in India. Very, very, very important one. Next, we'll be going ahead. Look at this. Operationalization of 17 new public health units at the point of entry. If you look at, our neighbors, so from the various borders, there are 17 entry points into India, right? And at all the places, public health units have been, operationalized. Next one, modernizing existing health. Modernizing, just a minute. Yes. So, modernizing existing health units at 32 airports and 15 seaports and land ports. Obviously, you need to take more measures with respect to protecting the health of the people. Alright? And look at the next one. Jal Jeevan Mission, aimed at better water supply nationwide. And so there is also strengthening of urban Swachh Bharat Mission. We know what is the Swachh Bharat Mission, and this year, so there is going to be more thrust on strengthening the urban Swachh Bharat Mission. Very, 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 very important. And my dear friends, I am very sure all of you who have attended our economy classes, are definitely in a position of understanding the budget in a better manner. Yes, it is because every aspect of economy has been taught to you. Every aspect, what is GDP, what is GNP, what is poverty, everything, what is real GDP, what is nominal GDP, everything has been taught to you. And now, all of you who understood our economy classes perfectly and effectively, reading budget becomes so easy for you. So now you are in a better position to understand the budget better, economic survey in a better manner. Am I clear? So that is the advantage of, attending and learning the various concepts of certain subjects. Right? Now, so with respect to education, 100 new Sainik schools to be set up, 750 Ekalavya schools to be set up in tribal areas, Ekalavya schools. Next one in Ladakh. Ladakh is a new capital union territory in India, and in that union territory, a central university to come up. Clear, very, very important. As per the latest budget of 2021 and 22, in which of the following union territories a central university is to be established? Answer is Ladakh. Very important one. Next is the infrastructure. So this is a long pending demand in India. the old vehicles must be scrapped. Right? So, as the vehicles are old, that will emit more pollution. Already we are experiencing lots of environmental degradation because of the pollution. So these vehicles must be scrapped, and government came out with a policy, a vehicle scrapping policy, to phase out old and unfit vehicles. Very important one. So this is a much awaited policy. And all vehicles, whether it is personal vehicle or a commercial vehicle, whether personal or commercial, all vehicles to undergo fitness test in automated fitness centers every 20 years. 20 years for personal vehicles and 15 years for commercial vehicles. Very, very, very important. They must undergo the fitness test. Is it okay? And look at this. Highway road works announced in Kerala, Tamil Nadu, West Bengal, and Assam. These are the states that are going for elections this year, and some benefits have been announced for these particular states. Look at this. National Asset Monetizing Pipeline launched to monitor asset monetization process. National Rail Plan created to bring a future ready railway system by the year 2030. Important one. Look at the last point on the screen. Maybe a possible question. 100% electrification of railways to be completed by the year 2023. They will ask you in the examination, by which of the following years the 100% of the electrification of railways to be completed, and your answer should be 2023. Next, another one. National Hydrogen Mission to be launched to generate hydrogen from green power sources. Recycling capacity of ports to be doubled by 2024. Important point. Gas pipeline project to be set up in Jammu and Kashmir. What is Jammu and Kashmir? It's one of the union territories in India. It is no more a state. It has been bifurcated into two union territories. One is called Jammu and Kashmir. Second one is Ladakh. And as far as this gas pipeline project is concerned, that is going to be set up in Jammu and Kashmir. Clear? Central University will be coming up in Ladakh. Am I clear? So this is how the government has to plan for the whole nation. Next, look at this. Another important one. Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana. We know what is the LPG scheme. We have discussed this very elaborately. And now, under this particular budget, it has been extended. It is extended to cover 1 crore more beneficiaries. Large number of people have got benefited with this LPG scheme. That is called Ujjwala Yojana. And this is going to be extended further. And this year, the number of 1 crore more beneficiaries to be added under this particular scheme. Very, very, very important one. Next, taxation. As I told you, as far as the income tax slabs are concerned, there is no change in that one. But some benefits have been provided to certain sections. For example, if you look at no IT filing for the people above 75 years who get pension and earn interest from deposits. So they may be getting some interest on deposits, right? They are getting the pension, right? But if they are above 75, so there is no necessity of income tax filing. Good thing. So this is how we respect our senior citizens. Look at this. Reopening window for IT assessment cases has been reduced from 6 years to 3 years. However, in case of serious tax evasion cases, meaning rupees 50 lakhs or more, it can go up to 10 years. So this is another one which is really important, because there are certain people who evade the taxes obviously they must be dealt with. Next one, affordable housing projects to get a tax holiday for 1 year, compliance burden of a small trust whose annual receipts does not exceed rupees 5 crores, and that is going to be eased. Look at this. Duty of copper scrap reduced to 2.5%. Second point, look at the second point. Customs duty on gold and silver to be rationalized. If you, sorry, if you have observed very clearly, my dear friends, on the day when the budget was introduced, and the next day, and even after that, the gold prices have come down. The gold prices have come down because of the point number two. Very, 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 very important. Is that okay? So this became a big news in almost all the newspapers. That is the reason why the customs duty, whether you are increasing or decreasing, that will, this change the prices in the country. Clear, this is how the budget will affect the economy. Look at this. So duty on naphtha reduced to 2.5%. Duty on solar inverters raised from 5% to 20%, and on solar lanterns from 5% to 15%. All nylon products charged with 5% customs duty. You know what is the meaning of customs duty. And tunnel boring machines to attract customs duty of 7%. Next, customs duty on cotton raised from 0 to 10%. Look at the next one. Second point, very important. Some people have misunderstood this on day one itself when it was presented. Later the government clarified. Agriculture infrastructure and development cess proposed on certain items, including urea, apples, crude soybean, and sunflower oil, crude palm oil, Kabuli chana, and peas. Very, 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 very important one. So it was, in fact, it was misunderstood by a large number of people. And when it comes to the economy and finance, look at the current year. Because of this pandemic, because of this, this COVID-19, the fiscal deficit stands at 9.5%. Fiscal deficit is it's a gap between our income and expenditure that stands at 9.5% of the GDP, and this is estimated to be 6.8% of GDP in the forthcoming financial year. And as far as IMF is concerned, India is going to be the fastest growing economy within 2 years. This is what International Monetary Fund said. It has been reiterated by the government of India while presenting the economic survey. Clear? And another important point is the proposal to allow states to raise borrowings up to 4% of GSDP this year. Very, 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 very important one. Next, look at this. A unified securities market code to be created, consolidating the provisions of the SEBI Act, Depositories Act, and two other laws. So all these are going to be, this integrated now. And there is a proposal to increase FDI limit, foreign direct investment limit, from 49% to 74%. Where it is important one for the examination, this is going to be in insurance sector. And according to the experts, insurance sector has not attracted lot many people even today, right? That is the reason why government wanted more FDI in this insurance sector. Currently it is 49%, and this is going to be enhanced to 74%. And the finance minister made it very, very clear. For this reason, the Insurance Act of 1938 is going to be amended, and that will be done. And with respect to insurance, FDI limit will be raised from 49% to 74%. Important, very important. During the classes when we have discussed about this, we have mentioned as 49%. Clear? I told you at the time. So whenever there is a change, we need to update. Clear? Now what I want you to do is that you please go back to your economy notes, open it wherever you have written this 49%. Now within the brackets we can write down. Now it has been increased to 74%. 74%. So this is how you need to update. So when you are writing, civil service main examination, when you are writing group 1 main examination, these points are very important. Please don't go by 49%. Am I clear? If you write 49%, that is wrong. That will not attract good marks. So you have to update. So for this updation, you have to follow current affairs regularly, carefully, sincerely, promptly. Am I clear? Next, look at this. An asset reconstruction company, ARC, will be set up to take over stressed loans. Hope you remember. A few months back, I have discussed regarding ARC, Asset Reconstruction Company, during our current affairs classes. Deposit insurance increased from 1 lakh to rupees 5 lakhs for bank depositors. Proposal to decriminalize limited liability, Partnership Act of 2008, and 2 PSU banks and 1 general insurance firm to be disinvested. Look at this. Government is targeting to earn 1,85,000 crores through disinvestment in the year 2021 and 2022. Please remember this one. 1,85,000 crores government wants to earn by disinvestment. Am I clear? Next, look at this. An IPO of LIC to debut this fiscal. So there is a talk that LIC is going to be disinvested, and that is going to become a reality, and IPO, initial public offer, is going to come up very soon. Similarly, the strategic sale of BPCL, Bharat Petroleum Corporation Limited, IDBI, Industrial Development Bank of India, and Air India to be completed. Regarding Air India, regarding BPCL, regarding IDBI, we are all hearing for quite long period of time. Now this is going to become a reality, and this may become reality in the year 2021 and 2022. Am I clear? Next, agriculture, another very important point. In fact, this has saved the economy this time. Luckily, the agriculture production has not dropped. Had it been dropped, India could have suffered like anything. Luckily, there is a development. And there is no larger impact of this agriculture on our issues. Agriculture Infrastructure Fund to be made available for APMCs. What is APMC? Agriculture Produced Marketing Committees, for augmenting their infrastructure. 1,000 more mandis to be integrated into e-NAM marketplaces. Kindly see here, all the students who have already learned economy, please update all these points. You know what is e-NAM, what is APMC, you know what is the meaning of the mandis. Everything you need to update. Go back to your agriculture class, take out the notes, and wherever you have written certain things, please update. Next one, 5 major fishing hubs, including Chennai, Kochi, and Paradeep, to be developed. Another very important point. A second point, a multi-purpose seaweed park to be established in Tamil Nadu. Another possible question. Next, when it comes to employment, a portal to be launched to maintain information on gig workers and construction workers. Social security to be extended to gig and platform workers. Margin capital required for loans via Stand Up India scheme reduced from 25% to 15% for SCs, STs, and also for the women. Very important one, my dear friends. So these are the points that are related to budget 2021. When you are reading any newspaper, when you are reading the magazine, if you come across with any other point, please make a note of this. And I have taken all the points from, as I told you, the source is the Hindu. The most important points have been taken out and they have been discussed with you. And I want you to update the same thing in your economy notes also. For every examination, the latest things are important, not the old things. That is the reason why I always tell you to update your current affairs from time to time. Don't wait till the time of the examination, right? And every serious aspirant will do this, and I'm very sure you're all very very serious aspirants. So that is the reason why I am suggesting you to update this from time to time. So budget has been introduced in the Lok Sabha. So what are all the things that are going to happen in Lok Sabha? You can just observe, right? So while reading the newspaper on day-to-day basis, and in order to understand the budget, the enactment of the budget in the parliament, you please go through the whole process what I taught you in Indian polity. Then while you are reading the newspaper, that becomes very easy for you. At the same time, you are also going to come across with lots of terminology under Indian economy, and all these have been taught to you during our regular classes. Please revise them and you will be in a better position to understand the economy from now onwards. And my all best wishes are always there with you. Thank you so much and take very good care. And I'll see you in the next class. Thank you so much.